So remember, Hamas is like the Labour Party. Not much difference, to be honest, yeah? But Hamas, in their political manifesto that got them elected by the majority of Gazans, said the final day of judgment does not come until every Jew is dead. Didn't say every Zionist, doesn't say every Zionist. This is in their manifesto. Every Jew is dead. How do you negotiate with that? The majority voted for Hamas. The rest of the population voted for Fatah. There's another terrorist group. How would you negotiate with that? What would you do? I know what I'd do. I know what I'd demand my government done. I know what I'd do. And in fact, they do everything. Like, you keep hearing about genocide. So I went to Israel and I spent time in Israel. And when I was in Israel, I paid young Muslims. I met young Muslims and I paid them to take me. So when you go to Israel, they have all, do not go past here. You know, you've got all big signs.
Right.
Dangerous. Don't go here. So I went to Israel and thought, that's where I want to go. Yeah? I want to go there. So I looked up this Fatah-controlled, terrorist-controlled refugee camp. I met some young Arabs. They didn't know who I was. And I was with my mate from school, Dean, black lad, his parents from Jamaica. And he loved history. So I said, come with me, let's go to Israel. Let's go see what it's about. Let's really go there. And we went there and then I said, right, Dean, I've sorted it. We're going into the refugee camp. He's like, we're not. I said, he goes, bruv, I ain't come here to get killed. Like, I know you're mad, but I haven't come here for this shit. I said, bruv, listen to me. And I'm quite persuasive anyway. So I said, imagine we go there and we have a day in the camp and we spend all day there and we find out and we see imagine how fascinating it's going to be, blah, blah, blah. And we're in a taxi then. And I've done a little video and I said, right, I'm in the back of the car. The Muslims are in the front with my mate and he's sitting there going, what the f? We had a massive argument first. I ain't come to do this. I said, well, I have. I'm going. So you're going to leave me go on my own? I'm going into that camp. I'm seeing and then I've done a little video and I said, I'm in the back of a taxi. Yeah, we're in the back of a car and we're on the way into a terrorist-controlled refugee camp. Fucking man. I said, we're going to go see what's going on. And I'm in this camp and there's videos of us in this camp. And as we're walking around the camp, I'm playing football with the kids, man. And my heart bled for them as well. But the Muslim lad who got me in there didn't know who I was. And I kept saying to him, who's oppressing you? Expecting Israel. Yeah? The Palestinian Authority. Who's the Palestinian Authority? I didn't know nothing. Who's the Palestinian Authority? They govern us. He said, what you have to understand is, Stephen, you know, and on the side of the walls of all the properties is the murals of the people who have left that camp, so the families. So when you're outside the house, there's a massive picture of this woman and she blew up a bus in Israel. Yeah? She was a bomber. But this was her house. Yeah? So I found it all fascinating. These are heroes to this camp. They're heroes. The children are being brought up to see these as martyrs. So he said, the Palestinian Authority her family would have been paid for the rest of their life. Yeah. So whoever comes out of this camp and kills an Israeli, and I said, so anyone who lives here and goes kills a Jew in Israel, he said, no, he corrected me, not a Jew, an Israeli. I was like, they don't even have to kill a Jew. They can kill a Bedouin Muslim. Yeah. They still get the reward. And I said to my mate, we're always told radicalisation in the UK is because of poverty. Look at these kids, man. They've got nothing, bro. I said, where's the park? There is no park. What do you mean there's no park? And his words, we've had 2 times more money than Germany had after the World War. We could all have a villa. We could all have a mansion. We will always be refugees because it benefits the Palestinian Authority for us to be refugees, for the money to fund the war against the Jews.